Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
All right, 7:37. We're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Coming up a little bit later on this morning, last chance to win a pair of tickets to Taste of Middlesex, Pines Manor in Edison. It'll be on March 19th. I'll be hosting. WCTC will be there once again. These have been some hot tickets for the couple of weeks that we've given them away, and I've got one last pair left that I will do for you a little bit later this morning. Going to have some special in-studio guests to talk about Taste of Middlesex later this morning. And coming up next here, some other special in-studio guests that you're going to be meeting in just a little bit. Let me welcome to the ProCure Studios not only two special guests, but two friends that I've known for a long time. It's been a number of years for all their great work with Edison TV, and he also has his own production company, Colonia Productions. It makes sense since Colonia is your last name, right? It kind of worked out perfectly that way, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's say hello to my good friend for many, many years. Ed Colonia is here. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you, Bert, for having us today.
And thank you for setting up the room in advance. You know, we're going to be taping the next hour for Taste of Middlesex, and you're going to be there at the Pines right on the 19th?
Oh, of course. I'll be there interviewing everybody, guests, attendees, everybody.
That's going to be cool. But I wanted to use this segment of the show just to talk about a recent experience of yours and just kind of get to know more the great work that you do, of course, with Edison TV. And we have to introduce your assistant who you brought along today. Is this her radio debut, Ed?
I think in America at least, but not in China.
Okay, so Ting is here. Nice to see you.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Great energy. Good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. So here we're talking about, we're going to be doing the next segment. A trip that you went to, both of you had an experience together. Talk about what that was like. You guys went on a long trip not long ago, right?
Yes, well, we went to experience the Spring Festival invited by Hunan TV, which is the second largest TV station in Asia. They actually reach 1.5 billion in audience, which is amazing.
It's billion with a B.
Yes, and they also make
Wow.
2 billion in revenue a year just from advertising.
So more people watch this TV network than are in the entire United States. Is that what you're telling me?
A few times
Wow.
over. And,
That's cool.
Well, hopefully they'll be seeing this in Asia too.
Right. But talk about the experience and what that was like for you.
It was wonderful. This is, of course, the first time I was ever invited by a TV station to go to another country and experience their culture. And it was thanks to Ting that this happened, that we were able to, well, why don't you tell us a little bit how that happened?
Oh, I was invited by my friend, and which is from the Chinese channel in New Zealand.
New Zealand?
She told me the Hunan TV will invited us to experiencing the Chinese New Year.
Now, do you know anything about the Chinese New Year, Bert? Because
It's different than it's not January 1st. That's the only thing I know about it.
Well, how about if you roll in 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all rolled into one big long holiday that lasts about 15 days.
Wow.
And they take it seriously.
So the Super Bowl, the Daytona 500, throw all that in too, right?
Well, when I tell you that hundreds of millions travel just to go home, just to spend some days with their family, it's amazing and it's
Wow.
true.
It's 15 days.
Yes, 15 days. And most people get 15 days off. Most people.
Wow. We need that here. We need to have 15 days off for New Year here.
We could use that.
What is
Hey,
it, like just day and night celebrating and just kind of looking forward to the new year? And it's a lot going on, right?
Well, I was waking up in some small town in the mountains where I was listening to fireworks starting at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was amazing.
Wow. That's awesome. And every year this happens in China?
Yes.
Okay. Is this a specific province that you went to? Is it because Ting is from this specific province? How did that work?
Well, it's a longer story, but the short version is that Hunan TV brings a small army of about 2,000 persons to a small town every year. And what it does is that they bring their production people there to help the town and to put it on the map. I mean, China is so huge that they do this, and it brings a lot of economic prosperity to these towns. And when they do that, it increases tourism, etc. And this is the first time that they invited an international delegation to participate.
That's awesome.
And we were honored to be part of that.
Very cool. What was China? This was your first time there? Was it what you expected?
It was a lot more than I expected. I mean, I expected to, the average things. I mean, I see everything made in China, made in China. China is a lot more than that. There was a lot more culture, a lot more, not just food, but the friendship, the the quality of the people. It was just amazing, and I loved it. I fell in love with China. It's nothing that I expected. I expected to see stores of electronics everywhere. Guess
Yeah.
what? The first 2 days I was there, I couldn't find an electronics store. I found everything else.
Very cool. Now,
And he-
was this like kind of like going home for you, Ting? Did you have a chance to
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
go
I
and
spent-
reconnect with people?
Yes, I spent 2 more weeks with
You
my
did?
family.
Wow, that had to be great for her. She had,
She
like, a whole
really got
month
to
there.
spend the rest of the Chinese New Year.
Now,
I had to come back to work.
Is it the year of the something that they do every year? They change it, is it an animal year that they do?
Woof woof. It's the year of the dog.
The year of the dog.
It's a
Okay.
dog.
All right. Okay. And that changes every year, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But a 15-day celebration. How much of that was spent working? Were you constantly filming and constantly just getting footage to put something together?
We were guests, so whatever I shot more or less like I'm going to say like a tourist that actually had a lot of TV background.
Okay.
But I was really a guest, and they treated us like gold. I mean, they took us everywhere. They took us to these beautiful festivals. They made us participate. As a matter of fact, they even invited me to do a segment on stage, singing in Chinese.
Come on.
I'm serious.
Ting, did you have to teach him how to sing in Chinese, or how did he do?
Oh, there is a singer called
A
Queen.
singer helps? Okay.
Yeah, she's the mountain. She's a queen in the mountain, and she teach him how to sing in the Chinese.
Oh, great.
It was like a Name That Tune segment. So what happened is that this lady sang to me in Chinese,
Okay.
and I had to sing back to a bunch of girls that had headphones on listening to other music. Then they take off their headphones, and I sang back in Chinese whatever gibberish I
Wow.
said, and they had to figure out the rest of the song.
No pressure. No pressure there. Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
especially knowing that 1.5 billion can potentially see this.
Right, right. And I was wondering why you were posting on Facebook in the middle of the night. Like, where is he? Well, I'm getting all these odd hours Facebook posts, and I look, and I was like, oh, they're in China. No wonder why. No wonder why he's doing this. Like, it seems like 24 hours a day.
Amen.
But great experience. Would you go back again, Ed, if they said come back next year?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah?
I would be honored if I was invited again.
That's awesome. And 27 years you've been involved in TV and video production and all that stuff, right?
Yes, I started when I was 3.
I thought so, yeah. And obviously before Ting was even born, right? Of course, right. But what led you to kind of get into TV production? You are the best. Let me just say, for the record, that your work is always outstanding, whether it's Edison TV or any of the other great things that you've done. And we'll talk about some of your other your body of work, which is awesome.
Thank you
but
kindly.
What got you into getting into TV and TV production?
Well, it started by accident. I actually used to be an electronic technician, and Mayor Sam Convery invited me to Edison Township to fix some video equipment that was not being used. Suddenly, I fix it, and at TKR Cable, some guy named David Garb says, Ed, you're pretty good at this. Why don't you make this your career? And the light bulb went off halfway, and I decided to switch career paths.
Good for you.
And then after that, I met a nice guy, nice fella, a sound engineer named Tony Bon Jovi, who happened to be the cousin of John Bon Jovi.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he really changed my life because he invited me to do a stint with Late Night with David Letterman. Then
Wow.
that led me to the O.J. Simpson trial, but not being a cameraman there, but actually just freelancing for the defense team.
Serious?
Yeah,
You
that-
were in California in the 90s doing
Yes.
some work there during the OJ trial.
Yes,
Really?
actually, it was a night of the Grammys. We were doing sound measurements at Rockingham and Brentwood, if you remember
These
those
are
names.
crime scenes. You were
Yes.
there?
With F. Lee Bailey.
Wow. Come on.
Serious.
Wow.
And guess who was holding the camera? F. Lee Bailey.
The attorney is from the Dream Team is holding a camera while you're doing some forensic work.
Well, actually, I was just assisting Tony Bon Jovi. I
Okay.
can't take full credit because he was the guy that was going to testify, and I was assisting him.
Man.
And it was F. Lee Bailey recording us.
When are you writing the book?
There are a lot of. If I write them, I'd probably not be here anymore.
Oh, wow. Really? Oh, man. That's a story for another day. We'll come back, spend some more time with Edward Colonia from Colonia Productions and Edison TV and his faithful sidekick, Ting. You're like the Robin of the Batman and Robin team here, right? Yes. It's like he's a Radioactive Man and you're Fallout Boy, right? That's kind of what you guys have. How's that for a deep reference, Ed?
She is great.
Yeah? All right. We'll come back, spend some more time with our special guest, Jersey Central Traffic and Weather Time. 7:48 traffic and weather every 10 minutes. Traffic update from Tom Colangelo.
And this update brought to you by Compassion International. Service resumed on New Jersey Transit after an earlier pedestrian strike.